There's a lot of things I've learned, and it has taken me a step further from what I thought I'd known. So there's much more to it, and that's why we're here. My idea of coming here was just to sort of get a paper which will let me get a job, and I thought I already knew pretty much everything I need to know, but I was wrong, and I've learned things that I didn't know. My name is Kirill. I grew up in Russia, moved to Switzerland at the age of 12, 13 years old. I've been living there ever since. My last job was a lawyer's assistant, managing an office for a law firm in Geneva. I'm a musician, so I play a lot of music, and that's what I've pretty much been doing lately. But I've been gaining and losing weight throughout my life, and the last time it was about 2 years ago. I went to Greece, stayed there for a couple of months, and I saw I was gaining a bit of weight, so I started going to the gym, and my only purpose was just to, lose some fat for the summer, and there was not much opportunity to run or anything like that, so I just mainly started doing weights. That gave me very quick, good results, and from that point, I wanted to become better, so I started reading, learning, and that was when I realized that I'm really interested in this, and I was taking my results even further. So I continued to learn and practice on myself, and that led me to the point where I felt ready to start training other people, and I wanted to get certified. I wanted to find a course which was not a full university course, which lasts a year or 2 years. At the same time, I didn't want to do something which is just a 2-week thing, because I thought that would limit my possibility to get a good job. I wanted something that is within half a year sort of range, which would be recognized by employers as something valid, solid, and give me better knowledge. So pretty much one of the very first things I Googled came up was the PTI. I went through a few other institutes around the world, and I thought that I didn't have a doubt this was the option I wanted to go for. I was a bit worried that maybe that would be, I didn't know the criteria maybe would be too strict, or my knowledge maybe wasn't enough. I never had anything to compare it against, so that was my main concern, just to know whether I was good enough or not. From the very few first courseworks, I got into it. I kind of really, got a feeling of how to get them done, how to answer the questions, and it became quite a smooth process from the very first couple of courseworks. So I'm very glad, you answered my questions when I needed answers, and it was great. I found it an enjoyable experience, actually. The support was very good. Anytime I had a question, you replied within 24 hours usually, and it was good. I can't say anything. It was very positive feedback regarding that. My online session before I came here went very, very smooth. During the practical course, a lot of it was stuff that I already known, so it was just sort of coming back to it, learning, taking it a step further in some areas. A lot of the stuff was relatively new to me, such as kettlebells, SMT training. Some of it I did well with, some of it was my physical ability, or disability rather, which didn't let me proceed as I wanted. But again, it's learning, learn from knowing, discovering new things. So I think the content is very well planned. I definitely got what I wanted for myself here, and even an extra on top of that. It's very balanced between the tutors. So there's what I call one brain here, muscle. So the team was very, very balanced, everything, all the questions, and very passionate, about, I had some extra questions which weren't within the syllabus, so I just went on and during our breaks, asked some of the tutors some questions. The muscle answered me, the workout questions, the brain answered me, all my nutrition questions, which is, great, honestly great. even though I have been training for a long time, I have never really had a chance to deliver proper sessions. And if I did do it with my friends, it was usually concentrated mainly on the resistance training component. So I never really warmed them up properly, I never really stretched them properly, I never really cooled them down properly. Never really known about, getting down on the same level with them. So a lot of the small points throughout these 2 weeks, it seemed like a lot of information. I was first a bit shocked. I was like, how am I going to remember all this? But I've just finished my assessment and it went just brilliant. I think I did very well. There's a lot of things I've learned, and it has taken me a step further from what I thought I'd known. So there's much more to it, and that's why we're here. My idea of coming here was just to sort of get a paper which will let me get a job, and I thought I already knew pretty much everything I need to know, but I was wrong, and I've learned things that I didn't know. I feel prepared. Yeah. I want to start working as a PT as soon as possible. I'm probably going to move over to the UK at the end of summer, or South Spain, we'll see. But definitely feel ready. That's my passion. The course exceeded my expectations because just this sort of human factor involved. Very nice tutors, very nice people who share the same passion, and a lot of friends who I'm going to stay in touch with. Learned a lot of things. So from every aspect, whether purely academic or job related, or just having a good time and meeting new people, 5 out of 5. I'm starting a new career. I have an MBA degree and a BBA degree, but just want to do something different, and this was definitely, I think, even a far better investment than my MBA degree, which is, hard way to put it, but yeah, that's what I feel. I intend to use my PT qualification to start training as a personal trainer, probably towards the end of the summer. And since I do have an MBA degree, I don't want to forget that, and if an opportunity presents itself, I would like to eventually combine the both and open up my own business. And the great thing about it is just there's so many possibilities and opportunities. If you've got a creative mind and a little bit of passion and drive in general as a person in life, I think this career path is much broader and much more, just much broader. There's so many opportunities to really do something different and unique. There's never a limit.